Hello, everyone. Just wanted to welcome you to Richland Collegiate High School. Before we get started, I want you to take note very quickly down in the lower left-hand bottom of the screen, and you will see an email address, rchsinfo@dccd.edu. That's going to be the best way to get in touch with us to communicate with our enrollment specialists. Please write that down. You'll see it a few more times in the presentation. We're going to go quickly, so grab a piece of paper, write down any questions that you may have, and feel free to send those to rchsinfo@dccd.edu. Before we get started, you'll notice that we, one more time, have that information down at the bottom of this round circle here, rchsinfo@dccd.edu. Because this session is not live, we will not be taking questions through the chat. So make sure you send your questions to rchsinfo@dccd.edu. So who is RCHS? RCHS is an open enrollment charter high school serving Dallas County and the 6 contiguous counties. Our service area is pretty wide. Ultimately, RCHS is Dallas College. All the courses are college courses taught by Dallas College professors. And really, RCHS is a college program that awards high school credit. We are the beginning of your college experience. So as we get started with this, I want you to, in the back of your mind, file that idea of the beginning of your college experience. What does it mean for you as a student who possibly just finished their sophomore year and is looking to start their junior year of high school? That would mean your junior year of high school is also your freshman year of college, technically. You'd be taking college classes on a college campus with college professors. So it's different than taking dual credit on a high school campus where you're still managed by the bells, where a pep rally may shorten a class on Fridays in the fall. This is really the beginning of your college experience. What do those classes look like? Well, ultimately, with a college professor, you are responsible like an adult for your own learning, whether that's in person or online. No matter where you are in college, you're responsible for your own learning. So here's a comparison. High school teachers, they teach. They walk you through assignments. They check your progress and understanding. They ensure that you're successful. College professors, they simply profess. A good way to think of it is they're there to talk about what's going on. They are there to provide direction, usually through the syllabus of the course, but they really expect the student to learn on their own. The student becomes the teacher. Adult learning theory summarized in just a few words is the student becomes the teacher. Students are responsible for searching out the knowledge and then putting it back together in the format that college professor is looking for. In addition to those college classes, at RCHS, you have an academic advisor that helps you schedule your junior year to meet the requirements for high school graduation. You're still a high school student, even though you're starting these college classes. So primarily, we're making sure that with your advising that you're in the right classes for your high school graduation while you're taking these college courses, and also to help you be core complete for the possibility of earning an associate's degree. For parents specifically, the advisor also acts as your point of contact for all things related to the college class. Again, they're college professors, so parents, you're not going to be able to call them like you could a normal teacher. Standards for success. So we have a highly supportive structure. Like I said before, you're scheduled by your academic advisor. We have support courses. All of our students are required to take these support courses. We don't expect you to leave your sophomore year of high school and jump straight into college without needing some type of support. And it's really one of the things that highlights the success of our program and really ensures the success. For juniors, that course is called Path College Career. We work on organizational skills, study skills, note-taking, quite a few things that are going to make you, give you skill sets necessary to navigate and manage the work that you're going to find in college. In addition to that, your senior year, you will have a capstone, which is a year-long research project where you identify a problem, work on the research, and then come up with an actual solution to that problem. It involves the writing of a paper, the presentation to a panel of judges, and you will have service learning, 15 hours per semester. The service learning really functions like mini internships for you as you move through the program. One thing to note about the beginning of our class is that beginning of our school year is it actually starts August the 2nd. We begin with something called August term, Monday through Friday, August the 2nd through August 19th. It's a series of orientations and a college course, EDUC, that you will be taking. And EDUC is called Learning Frameworks. And what it does is it gives you an overview of all the successful processes and actions that a college student takes. Those fall courses that you'll be taking in 2021, it's typically about 15 to 17 hours, so 5 core classes and one of our support classes for about 3 hours, so about 20 hours of school time per week. Now, that week for us is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. We have instructional days Monday through Thursday. Friday is reserved for interventions and meetings, but you must be available for classes all day between 8 and 5. Ultimately, what it looks like, the formula for success in college really boils down to the study time that you're putting into those classes, which is about 30 to 40 hours of study per week. That model or that formula is not ours. The 1 hour of class to 2 hours of study is not ours. It's one that many universities use. We're going to work on a 2-year personal graduation plan also to make sure that you have the opportunity to meet the requirements for the associate degree, make sure that you meet the requirements for your high school graduation, and that you also have the transfer requirements necessary to take your credits to other universities. And then ultimately, we're looking for an acceptance to a 4-year university. So our objectives are really pretty simple when you boil them down. We want to grow your capacity for learning and scholarship. We want to grow your capacity for leadership, because after all, when you graduate RCHS, you're going to be 2 years ahead. And if you're ahead, you need to know how to lead. We want to build skills that lead to excellence, and then graduate with a high school diploma and the potential associate's degree at the same time. Essential understandings: you must be a first-time junior. Our charter requires that you participate in the capstone research project and presentation, which is the 1.5 years long. Really, it begins the 2nd semester of your junior year process, that you complete 15 hours of service learning per semester, and that you participate in our required support courses, Path College Career for juniors, and then College Transitions for seniors. So resources that we have available. All books are paid for, whether they're physical texts or whether they are electronic texts. We provide laptops, and then the college has a multitude of resources with counseling, with tutoring. We have student mentors that are RCHS students, and we also have targeted tutoring that we provide for, in addition to all of the resources that the college provides. The TSI test, the best thing I can tell you is you need to contact rchsinfo@dccd.edu for more information. We need you to be able to take that test, and we want you to do well on it. So what's the big difference between RCHS and other dual credit opportunities? Really, it comes down to those things that we've already talked about that begin separating us and that grow you as a student. It's not just about earning the credit. It's about what else am I doing while I'm earning the credit that's going to grow me as a person and going to grow my experiences. That comes down to the capstone, the service learning, the real college experience, that transferable credit that we talked about, your academic advising, and then the grading processes that are different from the high school. Progress notices are delivered at 6 weeks. Notice it doesn't say report cards. There's only one grade in college, and that's at the end of a semester. So when you begin to incorporate all of these things, it's different than other dual credit. It's very different than high school, and it really prepares you for college. And like I said just a second ago, everyone in college earns credits. At RCHS, it's asking about how much more can you do? How much more are you able to wrap around those courses and the credits that you're taking that complete the process of learning? We want it to be more than a transcript for you. We want it to be, again, an experience. Attendance. Even though these are college classes, you are still required, because you're still in high school, to attend class every day. And the expectations that you find in a regular school also exist here for attendance. You must attend classes. So the goal at RCHS, yeah, we want you to earn your associate's degree by the time you graduate high school. We want to grow capacities for learning and leadership, the four-year university acceptance, the college experience, scholarships and transferable credit. And then we want you to push yourself to greatness and be extraordinary. And for me, really, the word extraordinary breaks down into the two root words: extraordinary. Being extraordinary is just learning how to do more than what everybody else is doing. In this case, not just more, but how to do it differently. Some of the data, when we received distinctions and ratings from TEA, we were the best that you could get. We've got 100% completion on that capstone, and 100% passing rate on the capstone. That's pretty great, actually. And I put that up there so that you can see that we are supportive in you learning how to do that process. It's not something that is insurmountable. In fact, everybody that comes here is able to do it. You'll notice that we top 25% have got a 3.64 GPA or higher. That's pretty good considering this is a 4-point scale and these are all college classes. We continue to have a high number of students earn scholarships and grants in addition to the free credit that they're getting for the 2 years that they're with us. We are the #1 campus in the state for earned associate degrees. And then we've had quite a few advanced degrees earned as well. And I just want to emphasize one more time about that associate degree. You're here to get your high school graduation completed. You're here to be a high school graduate. And in the process of dual credit, you earn college credits. So the potential to earn that associate's degree is high. If for some reason you don't quite get the number of credits needed for the associate degree, but you do for high school graduation, that's fine. It is not a huge deal. What we're looking at is the difference between a few hours and a few classes. If it's your goal to earn the associate degree by the time you graduate high school or before you go to college, but you don't quite earn enough credits with us to achieve that associate degree, you can take another class in the summer. After you graduate, you can do a reverse transfer from the university and still earn that associate degree. So things to think about. Who wants this more? Students, you, or your parents? Or parents, we can flip that around. Who wants this more, you or your students? Is the student ready for college? The adult environment, the open campus, the self-monitoring that it takes, and then ultimately talk about in your families the difference between maturity versus intellect. Are you mature enough to handle the courses? Ultimately, this is a family commitment. Parents are going to have to play their part as accountability partners, and then students must take complete ownership of their education as well. Finally, we do have student activities, Student Government Association. When the world is normal, we typically participate in quite a few normal activities, such as a powder puff game in the fall. We do prom. There's a lot of opportunities for students to get involved and have fun. Honestly, the best thing that you can do is go home and talk about this with your parents. Parents, talk about this with your students. And then if you're ready, it's time to complete the application and visit with one of our advisors. So RCHS obviously doesn't cost anything, but the value of the experience truly is priceless. You need to attend an advising session and then pay attention to these dates one more time. Enrollment closes July 16th of 2021. Duck camp and orientation are July 30th. Juniors, this is where we take you on tours of the campus. We work on getting IDs, and we work on making sure that you're ready to begin classes August the 2nd. You must be in attendance August the 2nd to be considered enrolled at RCHS. And thank you for viewing our Richland Collegiate High School information session.